All right, looks like we're going live in both places, so let's go ahead and go live. All right, so today we are getting in here, and hopefully you guys can see me and hear me, and everything is going well. So I see my chat is not up here for some reason. All right, let me see if I can fix it. Hold on, it's got to be here somewhere. All right, I don't see the chat anywhere, so I'm going to assume that there's some people on here and they're watching. All right, if you're on Facebook, if you are on YouTube, welcome this evening, and we got stuff called food stuff. So if you guys put something in the chat there, I want to see if it'll pop up here for me, because I'm not seeing anything as far as the chat is concerned, and I don't see anything in here where I can fix it. Oh no, YouTube has changed on me over the week. See what happens when you miss 1 week? Okay, now it might be later in the evening and you guys are seeing this. So I'm trying to see if we got people on here, but it doesn't look like it's letting me do anything. Hold on, let me see. No. All right, so I want to know if you guys can hear me and see me okay. If you can, give me a little thumbs up. If you cannot, I apologize, but you probably couldn't hear me anyway. So you guys let me know if you can hear me or not. As you can see, I got the Sicilian Hitman tie on today. This tie is brought to you by nobody in particular, because nobody's paying me to wear it. All right, you tie companies, you should be paying attention. All right. Okay, everybody, I'm glad to see you guys here on this Friday evening. I'm glad you took the time. I see we got 27 people in here already, and we got 5 likes or thumbs up. I think the thumbs up is like right here somewhere. So if you guys want to hit it, you know, you're welcome. All right, but let me know if you can hear me or see me. I don't know where my comments went. What happened to it? Maybe if I double click on the video or something. That didn't work. Okay. I don't know. I might have to jump out and jump back in. Something is going wrong here. No. There's no controls in here. My goodness. Maybe let me try this. Some old Windows computer tricks. That didn't work either. All right. Maybe I should get off and come back on, because I can't see anybody's comment right now. Damn this technology. All right, I'm going to go out and I will come right back, and then I'll be able to see you guys' comments. But hold on, maybe I can just go to YouTube and maybe see my own stream. Maybe I can do it that way. Okay, yes. And let's do it that way. And okay, so good stuff. All right, I just went to the main video here, and I can see you guys' comments, so I'll do it that way. So it says, say something, so good. What up? All right, so let me know if you guys can hear me. Elizabeth says, please, can you start? Okay. All right, so Elizabeth, we got no hurry here. So it says, what's going on, bro? Hey, 1, 2, 3. I like seeing you. Mike A, thank you for coming in. Tell me where you guys are from. We got Sydney. Hi from Sydney, Australia, I'm presuming. So good stuff. Thank you, Elizabeth, for joining us so far away. Then it says from Miami, we got greetings here. Sonia Clark, Stina. All right, it may be short for Christina. I'm here, finally made it. I know I came on later today. So Stina, thank you for coming in. Trina Johnson, Stina and Trina, right under each other. Wardine, back in the house. I love it. Freedom Speaks. I love it. And Pink Skittles. Oh man, I haven't seen you in here, but she says she loves the work. So I'm gonna go ahead and thank you for acknowledging that. And I love helping people, so no problem at all. Good enough. Okay, we got Jeff Haynes. We got real nice. Look at that. How's it hanging? I like that. Andra Mosley. Yes. Okay, everybody can hear and see me just fine. We got Albany, Georgia. We got Detroit in the house. We got Sydney, Michigan, Sacramento. Everybody's jumping in here. Pat Ross is jumping right in with a question. Trying to find a way to regulate my blood pressure and get my cholesterol in control and my hypothyroid condition. Oh, look at this. All right, Pat, I see what you're talking about. So it said blood pressure, cholesterol, hypothyroid condition. All right. So first of all, I wanted to say the title for today's show was foodstuffs. Okay. And that gets right with what he's talking about as far as blood pressure and as far as cholesterol is concerned and messing with your thyroid gland. Now, as far as the foodstuffs, if you don't know what that is, I did a video talking somewhat about food and high blood pressure and what we eat as a society. I did do that, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth as far as foodstuffs, because people don't know what that is. See, you see that in a FDA document, the Fraud and Death Administration. Sorry, I mean the Food and Drug Administration. And that is what we actually got today as far as somebody trying to look out for us. Now, you guys, if you didn't do any research or you didn't look up any statistics, let me bring you a couple, okay? In Europe, they have banned 1,300 types of cosmetics that women and men are not allowed to put on their skin because it's too dangerous. They banned them, all right? Over 1,300 plus. How many do you think that the FDA, our own governing body, who's supposed to be looking out for our safety, how many brands of makeup or chemicals in makeup have they banned since 1938? Throw me out a number right now. I just can't wait to hear this. I want to get you guys' take and opinion on this. Tell me, how many do you think? Europe, 1,300 plus. Okay, they've banned. You can't put them on a human being because they're too deadly. If you put it on a rat or a rabbit, it actually causes tissue and brain tumors. Okay, so how many do you think we've banned? It's some, it's not zero, but tell me how many you think we've banned in relation to the 1,300 plus that they've banned in Europe. See, they care about their citizens, but I don't know what we're doing over here. So throw it out there. Okay, Troy said 30, okay? So B. Lewis says 0. No, it's not 0. We do have some standards, even though they're very small. We do have some. All right, so 600. Okay, so he's basically half. So Andra said 100. Okay, so Joe says 600. Andra said 100. Not sure. 500 for Marva. Sonia Clark said 10. All right, let's go with it. All right, so we got a few more answers coming in. 1,200. So just underneath the Europeans. All right, so Mike A said 1,200. All right. Subliminal hand sign over the eye. I'm dying. No, don't worry about it. It's not like one of those Illuminati videos where I'm doing a secret sign and somebody's going to come later and say, oh my God, Alvin J is part of the Illuminati. He's sold out. He's going to strange sex parties and he's actually getting down with the celebrities now. He's probably making a whole bunch of money using himself and his body as a sexual trampoline. No, I'm not. Okay. It doesn't work that way. So let's go ahead. All right. So we got 345. All right. These are some good guesses. Good stuff. But this is what I'm going to tell you. 1,300 plus for Europe. Let's give you the answer. Sonia Clark, you were almost dead on it. 11 chemicals are banned by the FDA to put in makeup, to put on a human being's face that they know are carcinogenic and are harmful. It's even worse for the food industry because not only do we not ban almost any of those, we freely let them put more and more and more into the food supply. So much so that they don't call it food anymore. See, you can't call it real food because it's not. It's concoctions made to look like food. Therefore, they have to call it now food stuffs. So when you read documents from the FDA website and you read documents from government agencies, they call it food stuffs. They no longer call it food. So our food pyramid is now made up of false food items made to look like real food. And you can understand that, see, because now they have pizza and tater tots as part of the food pyramid. Sound good to you? Don't sound good to me. So there you go. Okay, so I love it. Okay, let's get to some questions here because I want to relate that food to what this young man was talking about. I think it was Troy who asked the question about the hypothyroidism. So let's get to it. As far as that is concerned, he's worried about his blood pressure. Now, you should never be worried about your blood pressure. Remember, blood pressure is a side effect. You don't deal directly with blood pressure. You should never take a medication for blood pressure. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to take them, you like your doctor, you want to go ahead with the hospital system, don't listen to anything I have to say because I am not with that system. I don't believe in it. I don't think human beings should be hopped up on drugs. I don't think they should be recommended for unnecessary surgeries. I don't think human beings should be subjecting themselves to this kind of harsh treatment when you know they don't give a a damn about your health, and you know they're not putting it forward when money is the main motivator here. It's all to bill your insurance. So if a doctor does something for free, I want to hear about it, because that kind of doctor I will send people to, because that means that they are truly looking out for your well-being. But if they are not, okay, and those doctors are not in your best interest, and all they care about is getting you out of that chair and making sure you see the receptionist on the way out so that you can pay your copay, you need to get the hell out of there and never, ever come back. Okay, so let's go with this again. Okay, so we got almost 50 people in here watching now. I love it. I know, I'm sorry, I'm on a little late, but hopefully that enables more people to get on and ask their questions. Now, with blood pressure, don't try to treat it. Okay, your thyroid is a direct result of the cortisol secreted and the other chemicals secreted, your cortisoids, your corticoids, all right, your glucocorticosteroids, all of that stuff that's secreting from your adrenal glands, that has to balance out with your thyroid secretions. See, they balance each other. So if cortisol is up, that means that thyroid function is down. That means you have to even the two to get them back on a level playing field. That's what you're looking to do. So don't worry about your blood pressure. It's going to go up and down. Blood pressure changes by the minute, which is why I say never treat it. See, if I take it in 10 minutes, it could be sky high. If I take it in another 10 minutes, it could be normal. If I take it in another 10 minutes, it could be low. So don't ever believe a blood pressure reading unless a doctor gives it to you 3 times a day for 14 days straight and takes the average of all of those. That's your real blood pressure. But you can't go to the doctor one time, one day, and think you have high blood pressure. Don't ever think that. It's wrong. Our body doesn't work that way. This is a magnificent structure you have been given, and it is intelligent. It knows more than any other human being can tell you about it. So let it do its job and fix the problems for you. Okay? So just remember, to balance out your thyroid in these issues, you have to cut down on cortisol. That means physical and emotional stress. All right? Emotional stress is what you think and what you let bother you, and that causes a psychological stress that is going to cause a physical stress. Other physical stresses are things that you put into your mouth and inject into your body that are going to cause your levels to stress, and no matter what, psychological or physical, they're both going to just jack up the secretions from your adrenals, therefore drive down the performance of your thyroid gland. There's going to be a huge problem there, though, because your brain is going to say, thyroid, you're underproducing. We need more metabolism. I need more electrolytes to come up to me. So your brain is greedy. So it's going to make it do what it wants to do. So your brain will send growth hormone down to the thyroid gland, making it increase in size so that it can now feed more of what it's supposed to, it's T3 and T4, into the bloodstream so that you can still get that metabolism and get the cells working so they can supply the brain with its food, its energy, all right, its ATP units. That's what it's looking for. So this is all a chain reaction. Nothing in your body exists on its own. That's why you can't go to doctors and hospitals, because that's allopathic medicines, meaning that allo means to straighten or correct, but they're trying to straighten or correct symptoms, not root cause problems. Get it? Yeah. All right, so good stuff. All right, now let's go ahead and answer another question here. Thank you for the awesome word. Okay. All right. Antonice, all right, I really do appreciate that. Thank you. All right, those peeps can kill it. Blank about out. Yes. All right, so you are correct. You are correct. All right, now HT Logistics said, I started a plant-based eating and my blood pressure plummeted to normal. I may be getting off my medication. All right, HT, don't say maybe. Get off of it, because I know it's scary, because sometimes you've been on those medications for years, and those medications, you are used to them. You're used to taking them, and you think that they're keeping you alive. But your body has been keeping you alive. The medications are just there to mask symptoms until you die. So you think you were doing something to keep you alive. See, when you got on the healthy stuff and you started doing the plant-based diet, that made your blood pressure plummet to normal, because your body has been just fiending, craving for something to get. Okay, but other than that, keep doing what you're doing. So again, I have to give it up to you, because you took action. Whenever I give somebody applause, that means they went above and beyond with their health, and they did it for themselves, and they proved that they can do it to themselves. And I hope that they continue. So congratulations, bravo. I love when somebody takes positive action as far as getting their life together. So thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, young lady. Thank you. Okay, so good stuff. Good stuff. Now, I'm going to see here. I got to read through a few of these. Okay. Now, Ronald Johnson says, what herbs do you prescribe for erectile dysfunction? Mr. Don't call me a doctor. All right. So the most passionate non-doctor on the internet, because doctor, that's an insult. I do not shove pills down people's throats. I do not recommend unnecessary surgery. So don't call me a doctor. Non-doctor. Yes, there you go. All right. I just want to know, because I'm tired of dealing with how to do the clean, how to clean the arteries and how to get the plaque out. Now, Ronald, that's a good question, because you are hitting on exactly the right point. The reason that men have erectile dysfunction is because they do have clogs in their arteries, meaning blood flow to the penis itself. But however, you got to make sure there's two components to that. There's a psychological aspect too. See, when a man is lacking in testosterone, thus lacking confidence in the bedroom, that too, just thinking about that, can harm sexual performance. So this is what we want to do. On the physical side, what you want to do to clean out blockages from your blood vessels, don't take pills. Don't go in and get a balloon angioplasty, because they'll stick a stent in there and they'll freely blow it up, leave the stent in there, and then that thing will start catching red blood cells, and then you got a clog that may cause an aneurysm, a stroke, or a heart attack. All right, we don't want that kind of junk in our bodies. To reverse a clot, you need antioxidants, and antioxidants are gotten from the dark colored fruits and vegetables. The darker the kale, the better, the more antioxidants it has. The oranger the orange, the more antioxidants it has. All right. The more yellow the banana, the more antioxidants it has. So don't be afraid to go out and get you some fruits and vegetables that are deep and dark in color, and make sure that they are organic. If they are not, you are defeating the purpose. You're just putting chemicals in your body that will create a stress that will alter performance anyway. Now, to get testosterone up so that you have no problem with bodily performance, to incorporate the thing that I just recommended as far as the antioxidants, let me give you some stronger ones, okay, just in case. If you want stronger antioxidants than fruits and vegetables that I just mentioned, if you want to concentrate and take a supplement, you can do cilantro, you can do the plant, or you can do the concentrated tablet, or it comes as a supplement. You can do parsley, plant or supplement. You can do spirulina, plant or supplement. You can do chlorella, plant or supplement. Those are 4 of the most powerful blood cleaners you can get. Okay, so there you go. We got the strongest antioxidants known to man. You can go get those. Now, let's incorporate it. You got to exercise. I didn't say do P90X. I didn't say go off on some crazy exercise program to try to get it ripped and in shape, because you're watching these crazy dudes on YouTube who are 22 years old and you're 40 and you're trying to do what they do. The hell with that, okay? I'm 42. I can do what they do. I'm not trying to do all of that, though, because I don't need to, okay? All you need is to increase your circulation so you can incorporate what we're talking about, so you can get the result that you want. And lastly, the psychological aspect. When you're trying to get rid of this, I'm going to recommend stay away from the porn sites, stay away from other women and looking at other. If you are trying to do this and you're single, that by all means, go on dates, sexual activity, safe, of course, always. But if you're in a committed relationship, concentrate on your wife. Do things for your wife. Get more intimate with your wife or your girlfriend, because those kind of moments that bring you guys closer together, that'll spark up the sex life, and then you will find that you don't have these hang-ups in your head about who you can have sex with. And I used to have sex with all these girls, and now I'm just tied down to one woman. That kind of weighs on a man's mind, and every man thinks that way at some point. However, when you create intimate moments with your wife, that's going to do a lot more for you than just trying to get it up so you can bang. All right, and that's all there is to it. Intimacy, men are never taught this, but intimacy causes a deeper relationship and thus a better sexual performance. See, women know that because they're raised like that. Men don't know that because we were never told that. Okay, so good stuff. Let's go on to another question. Okay. Uh-oh, they're coming in too fast. I got a feeling I'm skipping a bunch of people. Let me see here. All right, Aaron. Gotcha. Let me see. All right, one of them is healthy foods. Can you eat healthy foods to keep your body healthy? Yes, I just mentioned some, Ronald. So take a look at those. Okay, very nice. All right, so hey, 123. Hi, Alvin. Please help. How do you cure prostate cancer and reduce PSA levels for my father? He is 75 years old. Hey, 123. I'm happy to help your father. Now, you should know I've already had prostate cancer and I've gotten rid of it. That was back in, that was 2010, so 8 years ago. So when I did, I went to a doctor here and he told me my PSA level was severely elevated. 4 is suspicious, milligrams per nanoliter. All right, but when you guys are actually looking at what's dangerous, when you get to 6, you got it. Okay, mine was 6.9. Now it goes all the way up to 14. So I don't really need to know what your father's level is, but what you should know is that prostate cancer is not terminal unless they tell you it is. So have you heard any news on that respect? If you have, let me know. But this is what you do. If you're worried about prostate cancer, don't let them do anything to the prostate. Don't let them go in and cut pieces out. Don't let them go in and do radiation because it'll kill it anyway. You need your prostate because the prostate is the route of getting your urine out of your body and your semen out of your body. It will destroy sexual performance if you start cutting pieces of it out, and it will destroy testosterone function because it's too close to the nerves that are attached to the testes. That's where testosterone comes from. So don't let them do any of that if they haven't already. Okay? Now, what we need is to start flushing him out so we can get all of these impurities out of the prostate gland. Like the uterus, the prostate gland is extremely dense, meaning you have to do this for a while to flush it completely of impurities because it will hang on to those because the tissue is so densely packed together. Because of that, what we'll have to do is just do it for a little bit longer. Instead of a week, it might take 3. Okay, to completely flush out the system. But here's the key. You can't keep putting stuff in there that will actually harm him. Again, we go back to talking about food and foodstuffs. What we think is healthy is not healthy. Okay, chicken, turkey, all right, those kind of white pork. They run commercials to make it seem like these things are okay. Chicken is processed. Turkey is processed. White pork is processed. Therefore, it has GMO substances in it. Therefore, it has preservatives in it. Therefore, it has additives in it. Therefore, it has chemicals in it. And chemicals are the reason that we have our white blood cells attacking our thyroid and our prostate and our uterus anytime we have toxicity built up in the body. That's how you get autoimmune disorders. Your white blood cells don't magically attack your body for no reason. Is a reason, and they're called toxins, and it's mostly what you put in your mouth. All right, so watch out for that. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, you can do fried chicken. Every once in a while, you can do pizza. Every once in a while, you can do a hamburger. Nobody said you had to cut out the foods. And people keep saying moderation, moderation, moderation. That's bull, because moderation for most people means I can do it twice a day instead of 3 times a day. That ain't good enough. Once a week, maybe. If you flushed it all out, you got your body where you want it to be, once a week, that's good. More like once every 2 weeks. More like once every 3 weeks. For most of you, that would be the recommendation. Okay, so I hope I got you on the right track. You need cleansers. So I'm going to recommend for your dad, you do spirulina, all right, do chlorella, do parsley or cilantro. You don't have to do all of them. One. Pick one and go with it. Those are extraordinarily powerful blood cleaners. On top of that, I want you to supplement glutathione. Okay? Glutathione is a supplement that you take. You can go down to Sprouts, Whole Foods, you can buy it, and it's our body's natural way of flushing out toxins from tissues. So supplement glutathione. Make sure you get one with a high milligram count. The highest one you can find is fine in that store. Okay? But just make sure when you do it, don't let them eat the capsule. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. You're not going to get poisoned or anything. You can swallow capsules, but I don't want you intaking the gelatin because sometimes it gets in the way of absorption. Break the capsule open, put it in a smoothie, water, orange juice, whatever you want, and take it that way. All right, so as far as your dad, make sure your dad is not you, though. So even though you would stick to it, you got to make sure that your dad sticks to it because consistency is the key to getting rid of any disease. Okay, getting rid of any disease. So make sure you guys do. Now, in the link or the section below, I have a program that you guys can go through if you want to get something done and you want me to go through it with you personally, because we do personal emails, we do group coaching on live video calls and stuff like that, just like this, but we do it specifically for the person that we are helping, and we get rid of diseases. That's what I'm the best at. I get rid of diseases because I want to know everything that's wrong with a human being. So get on to the next question. Let me get to another one. If you have another question, throw it in there. Okay. So, hey, 1, 2, 3, throw it in there if you got another question. Okay. So about anything that I just said. Okay, good. All right. Let me see here. Okay, LL says, I went from, in my A1C, 9 to 6, just diet, no sugar products, and enema, just lost 50 pounds in a year. So in my opinion, yes. All right, LL. All right, 50 pounds. That's what I'm saying. All right. So if you guys didn't hear that, 50 pounds is a big deal, because some of you, tell the truth, you're trying to get rid of 10. Yes, and he's talking about 50. And he did it over a year. He did it right. He did it slowly. Now, just because he did it in a year doesn't mean you can't do it in 3 months, okay? It just depends on your work ethic, how willing you are to do stuff like coffee enemas and saline washes to flush out your system more quickly so that you can get to the result quickly. It depends on if you're willing to take stuff like systemic enzymes, digestive enzymes, in order to make the process happen faster. But some people, you don't know all the steps. You don't know the timing. You don't know the amounts you're supposed to take, when to double up, when to triple up, all right? That's why we do the course, so you guys can do that. So just mentioning the course because some people may want to get in it, but we are still answering questions. So let's go to the next one here. Patricia, my doc said I can never get off the blood pressure meds. Since I found you, I am now drug-free and I'm also off the migraine medication. Thank you. You are inspirational. Oh, man. Patricia. All right. All right, Patricia, you got me dancing over here. Now, Patricia, that is absolutely fantastic. Not only did she get off of the blood pressure meds, she got off the migraines, which most people today suffer from because they are severely toxic in their blood, in their tissues, in their organs. All right. And she decided to go with this, and she decided to try to fix it, and she got amazing results. All right. So Patricia, even though I danced for you, I still got to give it up for you again, because that is what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see from people. I want to see that they did that, took their health in their own hands and made something happen with it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we are doing it, and I'm utterly, thoroughly enjoying this. So, Patricia, hold on. Patricia, I got to make a screenshot of this because I hope you give me permission to use this, because I got to show this to other people around the internet. Yes, I got to cut this out because this is really, really good stuff. So let me put it in. I'm putting it in now. I got the cutout. Patricia Williams. All right. Good, good, good. Okay. So let me find my comments. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And we got Patricia in here. I got to type your name in, Patricia. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And it was blood pressure, and she was off the migraine. Gotcha. All right. Very nice. So let's save that. My goodness. Patricia, I mean, I just had to save that right now, right then, because that is amazing. Okay. So good stuff. Okay. So, wow, I'm happy. All right. Sweet lady back in the house. What's up, Alvin J? Good to see you. All right. Thank you, sweet lady. It's always good to hear somebody that's glad to see you instead of hating to see you come. All right. So, all right. Hold on. It says here, all right, so let me see. Anthony Schenkel said, I've done sun gazing wrong. Is there any way to correct the damage? What damage? So let me know. All right, I got to find out what damage you're talking about. So cucumbers, lemon, ginger, garlic, all juiced is the goodness. All right. So Jeff Haynes, all right, he's putting together his own concoctions. And that's what I want you guys to do. Put together what you think is actually good for you. all right? Not what somebody else says. Even though I might give you my specific ingredients I put in my smoothie in the morning to get rid of disease, you'll find out that if you have different conditions, if you're dealing with a cancer, if you're dealing with a diabetes, if you're dealing with any kind of migraine headaches, if you're dealing with endometriosis, PCOS, you're pregnant, your juice may have to vary a little because it has to fit your condition, your lifestyle, your blood chemistry. So don't do everything I do exactly because that's for me. You might have to do it, try it, and say, I don't like the taste of ginger. I can't do the ginger because it makes my blood too hot. I start sweating, and that's probably not good because I'm pregnant. See, that kind of stuff you got to find out by trial and error. But once you do, you know. So that's what we do. We try things and we find out. So good enough, good enough. If I skipped over anybody's question, go ahead and copy and paste it and put it back in the box so I can actually get to it. So I don't want to skip anybody. So it says, Pink Skittles asked a good question. She said, how do you get rid of autoimmune diseases, lupus, and fibromyalgia? A lot more detail than I'm about to tell you. So you'll probably have to go do a little bit more research as far as that is sure. But this is what I'm going to tell you about autoimmune diseases. To me, there is no such thing as an autoimmune disease. I see you are toxic. That's why your white blood cells are attacking your own body. Okay, that's what autoimmune means. Your white blood cells, which are supposed to defend you, are attacking you. Okay, now, if that is the case, and you mentioned some specific diseases here like lupus and fibromyalgia. If you guys don't know what lupus is when your skin separates from the base layer, killing it. And that not only happens on the outside, it happens on the inside to the internal skin as well. You die from that, from letting it progress, if that skin peels off of an important organ like your heart, like your liver, like your spleen, like your lungs. So that causes major problems and that could be fatal. Okay. She mentions fibromyalgia. If you don't know what that is, fibro is fiber, algia is pain. That means pain of the muscle fibers, meaning that the fibers of your muscles are actually going to be in intense pain all over your body. And eventually the muscles fail. Partially, why do muscles fail? Because all of them have a very specific thing that are running to them, and that's called nerves, meaning that the omega-3 myelin sheath that is wrapped around your nerve cells is wearing away. And when that wears away, they start touching each other. You start getting misfires in your nervous system, and that's not good because that causes meningitis or any kind of itis in the nervous system is not good. Okay, that could be fatal, or it can end up in paralysis. It can end up in a coma. So those kind of things, you can't let them progress. Now, fibromyalgia is hereditary. Lupus is an autoimmune disease. What do you do with autoimmune diseases? Because I say they are no such thing. You flush your tissues. You have to. Once you flush your tissues, all it takes is about 30 to 45 days and you can get your health back. Now, I can't make guarantees because I don't know what your effort level is. I don't know how much you're going to stick with it. I don't know if you're going to do exactly what we tell you. However, if you stick with it, you flush the tissues, stop putting processed stuff in there, stop putting white breads in there, stop putting white pastas in there. Then all of a sudden you will notice a huge change, but it requires also a huge change in your diet to make anything go away and stay gone so that you don't have to deal with it anymore. Like I said, you can still go back to the junk every once in a while. But if you've gotten rid of a disease and you don't want it to come back, like me with my eczema and my huge bout of eczema I had, don't go back to eating every day what was making the problem worse in the first place. Please, please, please. All right, so good enough. So we got you on that one. So I love it. We got Facebook in here. We got YouTube. All right, YouTube, go ahead. Let me see. I might have, let me see. All right, I got a good question here. It says here, Texas nurse. Okay, so probably University of Texas. Okay, Texas nurse. Alvin, lectins. Do you know if this really hurts our guts? It does. All right, that's a pretty interesting story because I love Dr. Stephen Gundry's research on this, and I read some of his book because I really wanted to know what he was getting at as far as the lectins. Now, if you listen to his biography, Dr. Gundry was one of those people who was saying that if you put supplements into your body, you're just creating expensive urine. All right. Human beings don't need to supplement, but he comes now and he is completely 180 and he admits it. He says that now I want to have the most expensive urine because that means I have all of my electrolyte needs met. And now I can live a healthy life without knowing that I'm short in anything. That's the way I feel about it. I want expensive urine. So don't let any doctor try to shame you into not taking supplements because they're dangerous or it's just creating expensive urine and you're just throwing money out the window. It's just flying out the window. It's just, all right. No, that's not what we're doing here, right? We are trying to get you back to a state of health where that is not a problem. Now, as far as lectins are plants' way of getting rid of or keeping predators away from them. Okay. We are considered predators. All right. Because we eat plants. Plants cannot get up and run away. Plants cannot stay there and fight. They have one defense. They can create poison. Okay. And when plants create poisons, it manifests in their seeds. And tomatoes, one of the most notorious culprits for lectins, actually has seeds in the middle. So not many people cut up a tomato and scoop the seeds out and just eat the skin and the flesh of the tomato. They actually eat the seeds too. That does have a reaction as far as lectin content is concerned. Does it mess with your gut? Yeah. Is it a poison to your gut? For some people, yes. But some of us, we have strong intestinal linings and we have strong stomach acid, which can kill it before it actually does any real damage to the rest of the intestinal tract. The problem is you don't have any protection from your throat to the top of your stomach, meaning your esophagus. So we can start breaking that down. And that's why a lot of people have acid reflux, because that esophageal sphincter at the bottom of your esophagus has actually gotten weak because of those lectins or that allergic response, I should say. So does it mess with your gut? Yeah, but only if you're allergic to lectins or you have a weak digestive tract. So I hope that answers your question. Good stuff. All right. All right, so can't see or read without glasses. Also just turned 50. Okay, now that's not a problem with sun gazing. If you have a problem with sun gazing, that means that you would have a spot on your retina, or your vision would have flares and glares. What do they call those things? Halos, all right, and flares in your light vision. So nothing is wrong with your retina. That's good to hear. But you're saying you can't see anything up close. That's called presbyopia. Okay, it means that because you're getting older, or you're not exercising your eye muscles as much, and therefore you're losing your vision. You can strengthen eye muscles. Go and look at my video as far as sun gazing, and don't look at sun gazing. Look at the distance exercises and how that works. That's how you get your vision back if you don't want to do the sun gazing. If you did it wrong, don't worry. You don't have to do it anymore. But do the distance exercises 20 minutes a day until you get the result that you want. Because the distance exercises, what I do, I still do the sun gazing because I know what I'm doing and I know how to shade afterwards to cover my eyes so that I get the result, so I can erase the sunspot that actually comes on your retina. So just want you guys to be aware, there are some things you have to do and you have to be careful with as far as doing with your eyes, because once you mess them up, they're messed up. So I don't take anything lightly that I tell you all, and I've done it several times on myself. So please don't think that I'm just throwing out information and some stuff that I read here and there and I'm giving it to you. No, it's been tested by me. I do it. So I'm telling you what I do. And if you want to try it, I advocate that you do if you believe it's safe. Okay. If you believe, if you don't do it. All right. Don't do it and then come back and say, oh no, you told me wrong. You're getting sued. No, you can't listen to somebody on the internet and then let them decide what's best for you. I tell you what I do, and you can do it and choose to do it or not do it. Up to you. Up to you. Okay. So good enough. I like it. So, all right. So Gabriel Esther. All right. Or wait a minute, Gabriella. All right. Or Gabriel. It might be Gabriel. Okay. Says, I need to figure out how to get rid of the toxins. And he's talking about migraines. Now, that's going to be the way you get rid of anything. But here's the key. You do want to cleanse your blood. You do want to use one of the four I talked about. So parsley, cilantro, chlorella, spirulina. Okay. Strongest blood cleaners I know. However, for a migraine, you're also going to have to get plenty of sleep. You have to let your glymphatic system work. I didn't say lymphatic. I said glymphatic. That's what it's called in your head, in your brain. You have to get sleep because you will never clean out the impurities in your cerebral spinal fluid if you don't get enough sleep. You see, you can cleanse and you'll still get the headaches because you're not getting enough sleep to fully get all of the, I guess you could say, toxins or impurities out of the brain tissue, which is super dense because it's like 95% fat. So in order to do that, it takes a long time. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks. However, you can do it. This is the problem. It tends to get worse before it gets better with migraines. So you're going to think that when you have the migraine, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't open my eyes. I taste metal in my mouth. I got these light flares. Every piece of light just messes with me. I am miserable. I cannot do this. I have to take something. That's what you have to push through in order to get to a healthy state where you don't have migraines. I have a headache maybe once a year. Okay, maybe once a year. But if you're suffering from migraines, all that says is toxicity to me. It doesn't say deficiency, it says toxicity. And all you have to do is flush out the toxins. The problem is when you flush toxins, you get a withdrawal effect as if you were taking drugs. So it gets worse. You start feeling nauseous. You start getting worse headaches and stuff like that because you're not used to feeling the headache. And because you took a pill to mask, see, the headache was still going on. Your brain tissue was still inflamed. You just took a pill to mask the hurt. So it was still doing damage. But if you fix this, I'm going to say your brain is going to be in much better shape. You're going to feel better and you're going to be happy about your life when you come out on the other side, because migraines kill more blood cells and brain cells than alcohol, cocaine, and heroin ever could. Okay. So just to let you know, you should not, if you have constant migraines, that's a huge problem. So take care of it. Okay. Stay consistent. Take care of it, please. All right. We got almost 70 people on here. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So sorry, I skipped your question. We'll get this. Okay. Let me read a few more. I see. Yes. Oh, it's jumping on me. Happy Friday. All right, Sandra Evans says happy Friday. I like that. So happy Friday, Sandra. I know we're getting into it. Okay, let's see. Berthina Hodge says, how do you repair nerve damage from diabetes? I'm unable to spread my toes. All right. So you're talking about nerve damage. Nerve is going to require that you recover the nerve fibers with myelin. That's how you get nerves back, because I'm assuming you do not have nerve damage from severing the nerves. You don't have torn muscle or anything like that. It's just from diabetes. Now, if you reverse diabetes, you reverse the nerve damage. However, yours requires two. You have toxicity and deficiency. So you're going to have to take care of both of those, meaning you're going to have to flush out the liver, the tissues, and your colon. And on top of that, you're going to have to change your diet so that now you can get the building blocks to put the nerve sheaths back over your nerves. Okay. Now, if you go to my website and put your email in the homepage field that asks for your email address. It'll take you, and I might have to give that to you, but it'll take you to a link login box where it'll send you the report that actually lets you download the report, so you can get that and download it, and it has a full routine in there for getting rid of most common everyday diseases. And it's one of the best things I've ever written. It's short, it's to the point. I think it's like 5 pages, but it does tell you everything you need to do as far as that. So what I'm going to do right now for you, I will put that right here. So I think it is. All right, I'm going to put it in the box here, and you can get it that way. I don't know if it'll let me put a link. I tried this before, and it did not let me put a link. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so good stuff. Yes, it did let me put it in there. Okay, all right, I'm all good. So it let me put it in that form. Okay, so if you guys want the report, that's what you have to do. But again, it's the same report that I use inside of the course. So don't be afraid to use it. And if you want to go through the course, let me know, and then we can do that as well, where you have personal help. But I'm just giving you the sheet so you can take care of that. So there you go. All right, Carla sings, I've read that glutathione does not digest too well in our systems. The best way to boost it naturally is coffee coffee enemas. Google it. All right. Sweet lady has I mean, truthfully, that's true. You're only supposed to use it for a specific amount of time so that you can get it out of your system. Okay. That's for anything. All right. As far as metals like colloidal silver, like chromium, stuff like that, you use it for a short amount of time, what it's good for, and then you stop using it. But other stuff like fruits and vegetables, things like that, glutathione, I've been taking it for a long time. I took it on a daily basis, and I did that for about 6 months, and nothing happened to my liver. I didn't notice any decreased liver function. I didn't notice any side effects, anything like that, and I was doubling up at times. So that was just to flush my system of something to make sure I didn't have it in my system. Okay, so don't worry, it wasn't like an STD or anything. All right. So I know some of you have dirty minds. They're like, oh yeah, Al out there tricking. No, not me. It was something else, more related to a cold flu type thing that was severe as far as that was going around our school. Okay, so don't think that. All right, good stuff. All right, I'm going to read a few more here. I got to get out of here. We got to start getting ready for my little nephew's birthday party. All right, so next Friday, I got to see if I'm going to be here because my little nephew, we're having his party this evening. We're doing like pre-thing, and then next week we're going to do his birthday party. So it's going to be off the chain. So we'll see when we're going to go, but we got to get some stuff set up for him today. So I'm going to get out of here in just a few minutes. So let's find out. All right. Coffee enemas are really good. Sonia, I know they are. And people around the internet are trying to stop you from using coffee enemas because they think that coffee enemas somehow do damage. Now, I have to believe in coffee enemas because Dr. Max Gerson, all the way back in the 1920s, was curing people of stage 4 terminal cancers with coffee enemas and juicing. So if it's working back then for him, he found something, and I believe that is one of the best ways ever to get rid of a cancer, to get rid of fibromyalgia, to get rid of all of these detrimental leukemias, to get rid of these detrimental diseases that we deal with on a daily basis, that we listen to the industrial medical complex on, saying that there is no cure and you have to manage it for the rest of your life. It's bull. All right. It's crap. You guys shouldn't be listening to that junk because there's always a better way. Always. Sometimes you might even have to find it on your own. It might not exist yet. That is my mindset. If it doesn't exist now, maybe I can put something together that makes it go away naturally. I know that's possible now. Okay, you can do a whole lot that we never could do before because there are certain people sharing certain things and you just have to test things to see if they work. Now, I don't want anybody testing everything because sometimes things have contraindications. So like me, I research everything before I take it, and especially combinations, before I take it and put it in my body because I don't want to wake up dead. So just the FYI, research it first, the contraindications between two things that you put together. Like niacin has a lot of contraindications. You guys might want to watch it when we're talking about niacin. If it's in a multivitamin, they've already tested. They know it's not going to interact with anything. Most vitamins are real good about that. However, if you take niacin as a supplement and then you supplement it with something that is not in a like sulfur-based compounds, if you mix that with niacin, there's a pretty bad contraindication that comes out of that. Sometimes you get a severe upset stomach. Sometimes you start violently vomiting. You don't want those kind of reactions. And definitely, we don't want to go up to death. Okay, so let's stay away from the dangerous stuff. All right, so I'm going to get a few more, and then I'm going to get out of here and let you guys start getting on and enjoying your Friday afternoon. Let me see here. All right, so Sweet Lady says blessings. All right, she's spreading love throughout the chat. I love it. Somebody give me another story about how this actually helped you and how you started doing the plant-based and the healthy stuff and how it improved your health, because I want to know more about these, because you all that are on here now, you see from the people who are actually in this chat in real time right now, how they've helped and how they've cured their conditions using natural methods that were outside of the traditional medical system. And for that, I have to just sincerely thank them for taking their health in their own hands and realizing that there has to be a better way. Okay, yes. All right, so let me see. It says I missed the chat. So Kira, all right, said they missed the chat. Hey, it doesn't matter. You're in here now, and we're all good. So let's get another question in here. It says, Andre, athlete's foot, how can you cure it? Moms flare it up when they eat a lot of sugar. Okay, sugar breaks down the blood and the tissues no matter when and no matter what, especially when you eat it, and especially if you have diabetes. Now, if you have diabetes, or even if you don't, sugar will do that regardless. Okay, it's going to break down tissue. All right, if you want proof, put it in anything that you cook. You'll notice that the liquid gets more liquidy. It starts flowing a little bit better when you add sugar to it. Sugar granules break down compounds so that they flow a little bit better. Okay, that's the problem, because we do not want our tissues breaking down so that we start having tissue and nerve damage and muscle damage. Okay, so in order to get rid of that, what you have to do is soak the area in hydrogen peroxide for a few minutes. All right, don't overdo it. Don't sit there and watch TV for a half hour with your feet in hydrogen peroxide. If you look down, they might not have any color in them for that long. But just remember, take a shower. Tell her to soak her feet first in nice hot water so you open up the pores, and then you can put your feet in hydrogen peroxide, and maybe even just the toes if that's the trouble area, but maybe even the pads of the feet to make sure that that is the case. Once you do, that should kill the infection, provided you stay consistent throughout the course of 2 weeks, even on the weekends, to get the condition fixed. Okay, sometimes you might even have to go get a manicure to actually rub off or file down really tough nails so you can get up under there so you can get the infections gone, and in the skin get the infections gone. You might have to exfoliate a little bit if it's in the skin surrounding as well. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. Oh, look at this. We got people talking in the chat to each other, helping each other out, and I love to see that. Okay, so very nice, very nice. Okay. Okay, now Mike A is asking an important question. He says, how do you get off dialysis? Dialysis is a process where you are cleaning your blood via a machine. Okay, now I understand people do not want to go to the hospital all the time, and they don't want to waste hours of their life trying to go to a hospital to have their blood cleaned because their kidneys have failed. It's a horrible life. It's a horrible quality of life. And I don't want anybody going through it if you can't help it and if you don't want to. So this is what we're going to have you do. That means you're going to have to repair the damage done by the kidneys. Here's the thing. You cannot do metals if you need kidney repair. Okay? Remember that. Chromium, iron, those things you need. However, you cannot take them while you're trying to you can get them out of food. That's fine. Okay? But you'll have to get them out of leafy green vegetables and not as a supplement, because you cannot process them and they will shut down your kidneys. We don't want to do any further damage than what's done. Hopefully, they still have their kidneys. Now, in order to reverse the damage, it's tissue, just like any other tissue. The problem is it's an organ. It's dense tissue, and dense tissue takes a little bit longer to fix. Therefore, when you cleanse, you're going to have to cleanse for about 2 to 4 weeks, all right, especially with the kidneys. They're a little bit larger than a uterus. They're a little bit larger than a prostate, so you're going to have to do it a little bit longer, 2 to 4 weeks. Once you cleanse all the tissues and you know that it's coffee enema, so the liver can start getting rid of the impurities that are actually coming towards the kidneys. And then you'll see that the function starts to return. We need building blocks now. So what are the building blocks I'm going to tell you right now that you're going to need is to build the walls of blood vessels or organs, you require copper. You need a building block. You need selenium. All right, selenium and copper, those are 2 supplements that you buy in separate bottles. Those are what strengthen the walls of these organs. That's what you need to rebuild kidneys, hearts, blood vessels in your body. If you see people who have petechia, which is blood spots on their arms, their feet, their ankles, their ankles. So that kind of stuff. So make sure you just pay attention to what you're doing, but consistency. That's my key today. Consistency. Okay. Notice we've been talking a lot about diet and food. It's the key. All right. Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. All right. He knew, because even back in, what was he? 390 BC, before Christ, we had people, Hippocrates was 90 when he died. That's unheard of somebody living that long in those time periods. But he knew what he was talking about, and he was willing to stick with it no matter what government said, no matter what people said. He was willing to stick with it, and that's why he lived so long, and those who listened to him. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, all right? Coming from Italy, Thomas V. All right, I like it. So he says, speak slow, slow down. I can't do it, Thomas. It's just not my personality. I can't speed up. I can't slow down. I'm trying to do it a little bit, but it's not my personality to slow it down. All right, so I know he said, LL, you're right. It said herbs should be our medicine instead of medicine being your medicine, right? All right, so good stuff. So let's go ahead. Thomas, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask your question. We'll try to get to you before I get out of here. All right. Oh, no, I got a call, which we're going to ignore. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. Good. Oh, it took me out of my live, you son of a gun. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Okay, let's answer a few more questions, and then we'll let you guys get on with your Friday evening. I know you got exciting stuff planned. Hopefully, you're not going out to eat all that disgusting, nasty, but great tasting food. I know they get you with the taste, but it's not good for you. Okay, that's what we're trying to see. See, that's why we're having problems, because it tastes so good, but it ain't good for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here. Okay. Okay, good stuff. I see. Oh, let me move this thing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so there we go. All right, I had to get rid of somebody right quick. All right, they're leaving derogatory messages on here, so we have to ban them. So you're gone. Bye-bye. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Have a great weekend. All right, so Sandra says have a great weekend. All right, so they're getting good. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now this is a good question. So LL asks, will anxiety panic attacks stop once diabetes is no more? I had a moment, felt like I couldn't breathe fully. All right. Now, that is going to be one of the things that goes away, because anxiety usually pops up as a result of that's more of a psychological trigger, but the body secretes certain chemicals that makes it a physical condition. Okay, so we'll say it like that. So the mind is triggering a physical condition. That is psychosomatic. So anxiety attacks, nothing is wrong with your body. It's just that it's a recognizable pattern of chemical release that gets us breathing. Everything becomes tight. Muscles feel or flood with liquid and makes the tissue swell. So that's what we got. Okay, so good enough. Good enough. All right, so I would say deal with the psychological aspect, because the thoughts are actually triggering. They're actually triggering that one. Okay, so just throw that out there just for a little information. Okay, let me see. I got, oh no. All right, so yes, how do you, all right. Sweet lady says you should share your gun with me so I can zap the trolls. I know. I got to monitor these people in here. I didn't know we were getting trolls on the chat here, but we got over 80 people in the chat right now. So it appears that getting on a little later, I guess people are more off work and they are jumping on to get some health information. But I got to get out of here. I got to get some stuff for my little great nephew. He's turning 1 year old this week. So we got to get some stuff ready for him. I am going to be out of here for this Friday. Hopefully you guys know I really do appreciate everything and every question that you asked. If I missed your question, don't get mad at me. Just ask it the next time and we'll try to get to it. I really do appreciate all of you guys coming by. I really, really, really am proud of those of you who took action and you told me your success story today of how you got rid of your condition, how you lost weight, how you got rid of your diabetes, your blood pressure medications, your migraine medication. That kind of stuff, that is what I do this for. So please, you all, follow their lead. They are doing something to get rid of the conditions in their life, and they did not have to go to a doctor to do it. They did not have to sit in a hospital to do it. They did not have to get surgery to do it, and they did not have to take a lifetime supply of medications to do it. It doesn't take all that. I want you guys to be healthy, and I want you to do it on your terms. So let me shout out a few people, and then we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being so positive. Thank you guys for coming by, and thank you guys for just being you and being yourselves and asking the questions that you did. it. Let's shout out a few people. We got DJ Bolo in the house. He's got claps for me. Thank you, DJ. I really appreciate it. Sweet Lady, LL Lewis, You Texas Nurse, Cynthia Freeman, Truth Bites. Okay, Sonia. All right, we got Sonia Clark, Trina Johnson, Sharon's Poetry Corner. Good night. All right, so Sharon, always good to see you. She's on here every time, and she's probably listening. She's listening to her car from her car most of the time. All right, so Rolo in the house, B. Lewis, Kira, DJ, we got you. Money Machine Gun. All right, thank you for coming by. We got you. Yes, Carla Sings. Okay, all right, we're gonna get you, Carla. I'm sorry I didn't get to your question. I'm sorry about that. Jeff Haynes. Okay, hey, 1, 2, 3. Glad I can answer your question, Antoinese. All right, wait a minute, Antoine. Antuwase. Maybe that's it. Antuwase. All right. So good stuff. All right. I'm sorry I didn't get to your question. Send me an email or send me a message and I'll try to read the ones underneath this video if I didn't get to your question. Okay. So just try to ask it in the comments below instead of in the chat. Okay. Good stuff. Daryl Lumpkin. Happy to have you, brother. Sandra Evans. We got Mike Charles. Daryl. Okay. Love to see you. All right. I think I got most of the people. Let me see. Sweet Lady. We got you. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Mike A. Yes. All right. So Mike A, I remember you. Okay. Good stuff. Benjamin John, thank you for asking your question. Benjamin, Keith Blaine. Okay. I think I got most of the people who were in here. Thank you guys for coming by. Enjoy your Friday. And I will see you guys. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get in here next Friday at the same time. We're going to try to do 3 o'clock so we can get in here, get this done so you guys can get more of your questions answered. And remember, if you got a success story and you guys did something great with your health, let the people know about it in here because as you can see, I absolutely love when somebody got something positive out of this live thing that we do. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Have a good time. Enjoy your Friday and I'm out of here. Later and love you. All right. Thank you guys for all the positivity. All right. Absolutely love it. All right. I am out for today. So that's it. Okay. Peace. I'm done.